What's going on, YouTube? This is Collision Pulse here, and I know I didn't start out with my usual intro, but that's because I wanted to be really quick with it and get it out of the way. I have a lot of housekeeping to take care of and a lot of explaining to do, and I don't want that to take up the entire duration of the video, so we'll get right into it. And the first thing that I want to mention to you guys is that Collision Gaming is now being renamed, because there was already a pro team out there named Collision Gaming, so we obviously can't steal their name. And we are going to rename ourselves to Evolve Gaming. I'll be Evolve Plasma, Collision Links will be Evolve Links. And essentially, what we took the name from was evolve in nature. You know, when nature evolves, the creatures are always getting better, having new features, making sure that they can survive, and survival of the fittest, and that's what competitive is. It is survival of the fittest. It's the best of the best, and you have to compete to be on that main stage. So we took the name Evolve from something, because right now we are not known worldwide. We're not known like Scumpy, like Study, like Envious, Optic, Complexity, now I believe is Evil Geniuses, but we're not known like those guys. You know, we're not even on that radar. We're not even in that ballpark. So it's going to be fun when Evolve Gaming is eventually on the main stage, and I'll look back on this video and I will see how far we've evolved, how far we've progressed. So enough about the name's origins. I'm sure you guys really don't care, and if you do care, you're probably tired of hearing about it. I'll move on to the next really big housekeeping thing that I have going on. In between my last video and this video, I picked up a GFX artist, and his name is Daniel Minter, lives in the UK, and is a really reputable artist. I think he has sponsored FaZe, and, you know, I think he sponsored a pro team. I can't remember which one it is at the moment, but his prices are ridiculously reasonable. I mean, we're talking $38, 3-month contract, unlimited GFX, guys. You know, some folks out there, they'll charge $20 for a YouTube banner, and that's it. You pay $18 more, you have a whole GFX artist to do every graphic you could ever need. We're talking YouTube logos, banners, intros, thumbnails, you know, Twitch backgrounds, Twitter backgrounds, everything. So I'm really excited to see what kind of work he can bring out. That thumbnail that you saw is obviously, you know, that's his. So thanks to him for that. As I said, I'll post his Twitter and possibly his email in the description for you guys. I would definitely highly recommend to go check him out. So guys, we did a little better on the timing than I thought. We're only 2 minutes and 45 seconds into the video. 3 minutes now, actually, sorry. But I thought I would go ahead and launch ourselves into the main topic of the video, which is going to be Killwhore versus Slayer. You know, what do they mean, and what do the people think about them? Why are they perceived the way they are? And really the main differences and irritations that I have with that. So we'll go ahead and start out by defining each term. A Killwhore is a public match originating term, or at least that's my understanding of it. Please do note that this is just my understanding of the terms and the way I perceive them. There is no set definition, really, but in my eyes and probably the community's, a Killwhore is a public match originating term that depicts somebody as somebody who does run around and whore for kills. It's in the name. But they have no regard for the objective. They disregard it completely. They disregard their teammates. And some Killwhores that I've seen have actually been known to completely destroy the team's objective progress for their own benefit. You know, if we're up, I don't know, I can't remember if search is 6 or 4. Because I don't play public match search very much. But let's just say your team is mollywopping the enemy team, you know, you're up 3 rounds. And a Killwhore, their logic would be something to the effect of, our team is up 3 rounds, I am going to lose, or to my best efforts, attempt to lose these next 3 rounds in order to benefit myself with more kills on the scoreboard. They are actually diminishing your team's objective lead in exchange for more kills to their own benefit. And that is a premise I really just cannot stand. Especially as a competitive player, everything is about teamwork. Why somebody would try and play for kills to disregard the entire team is beyond me, and it's one of my pet peeves, really. You'll see several times in this game that I go through and I'm trying to solo cap a flag, and no one's assisting me. By the way, while we're on the subject of the gameplay, I do go, you know, 40 and 18 with 8 captures, so I cannot be defined as a kill whore. I think the kill whore term is actually originated from the Slayer term, and people got angry at the Slayer for doing that job, and they decided to demean that Slayer somehow, and that's where kill whore came from. You know, the raging side of public match where this guy's like, oh my god, this guy's kicking the shit out of me, I've got to find some way to demean him, some way to degrade him, some way to put him down a level to make myself feel better about my performance or his performance and my loss. So while we're on the subject of a Slayer, I'll go ahead and move on to that. A Slayer is, to my understanding, a competitive originated term that was originally designed as roles for competitive players. So I'll give you a quick rundown so you're not completely lost. Generally in competitive, there's role classifications. You're either an OBJ, objective, or you're a Slayer. And essentially the Slayer's job is to make sure that the objective players can play objectively. So, that when they're capping a flag, they don't really get killed. The Slayer's job is to go around and kill to such a degree that the objective players will have a minimal difficulty in capturing their objectives and securing objectives for the team. And when you think about that, a Slayer kills for the greater good. They kill so that their objective players can go in and take the objectives and win the game. In contrast to, like I said earlier, a kill whore who does actually the exact opposite. They go in and they will diminish the team's objective lead for their own benefit. So there is a distinction. I do want to make that clear. And I also wanted to, make clear the public match understanding of each term. I really don't like it when I play really objectively and am doing well all around like I do in this game. And it didn't help in this game, by the way, that I was carrying a team of Jimmy No Thumbs. You can look at the scores. I mean, these kids had no hands. And that's not a bad thing. I had no hands when I started playing the game. Having no hands, everybody has no hands at some point, but they earn their hands as they go along. So not a big deal. If you're not good at the game, maybe you don't want to be good at the game. Maybe you want to play recreational or whatever. Maybe I just got a bunch of recreational players, or players that weren't interested in winning. They just wanted to have fun, or maybe they wanted to win but just didn't have the skill against the enemy team. In any case, I kind of carried. And because I carried, I didn't receive any hate mail, but if I was to receive hate mail, it would probably be from a COD player who doesn't know what they're talking about. It would probably be from somebody who thinks because this guy absolutely schooled me, I'm going to find some way, somehow, to demean him because that's public match rationale. And I'm going to call him a kill whore even when he has 8 captures and leads his team in the captures and the kills. And it has absolutely no truth to it, but I'm going to do it anyway because it makes me feel better. That's what I think the public match essentially broadcasts, is this feeling that I will do whatever it takes to make myself look good or make him look bad for my own benefit. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it's continued in Call of Duty for such a long time that I have even started to do it. So, can I call myself honest with that? No, I can't. I've sent people messages before, but as I've matured as a competitive player, it's happened less and less, and I've learned that there are just some people in this game who aren't mature enough to accept when they can take a loss. So that is where my frustration with the whole kill whore term comes in. I feel like that was unjustly applied to some Slayer somewhere who was doing really well, and somebody on the enemy team just wasn't mature enough to man up and accept that they lost. So that is pretty much my spiel on the whole kill whore versus Slayer aspect of things. I will go ahead and branch on to my secondary topic of the video now, which was originally going to be a class that I was running. I feel like people, YouTubers in particular, they talk about perks all the time, classes that you should use, things you should try, and then, 4 months into the game, everybody either knows what to try or disregards what everybody says they should try, and they use their own combination. But I kind of wanted to bring in my own mix to that, perhaps a little late. Oh, by the way, this 3-piece that I got is ridiculous. Didn't even know there was a third guy there, I just gunned them all down. And, anyway, so back to my class. I'm using a ICU, Ping, Focus, Dead Silence, Ready Up, and some other perk. It's not Steady Aim, because Steady Aim's in my Specialist, but I do really well with it for how the game went and what I had. I feel like I did really well. I'm also fighting a bit of lag here, as you can see. My shots are about 1/6 of a second behind where they should be, and so there have been some cases, some deaths in here where I've just absolutely stopped shooting because I thought it was, thought they were dead. I thought the bullets would connect and they didn't. Or whatever the case is, this class was designed for me to slay. I had ICU, I had ping, and I think ICU and ping work really well together because I can recover from the next gunfight and at the same time anticipate the next one. So I can go through a series of really quick gunfights and survive because my ping will show 2 guys and I'll run toward those 2 guys, and by the time we're engaging those 2 guys, not only do I have the drop on them, but I've healed up. So if it wasn't for this lag, I could have very well dropped a 55 bomb. And I'm not saying that I lagged because I did poorer than I actually did do. It is the truth. You can't see it in the frames, and if you look very closely, there are some shots that are delayed. You can even replay the video if you want, but I'm telling you, I felt the lag, and that's what happened. So, in regard to my class, this is a class designed to slay. This is not a kill whoring class. If I wanted to, I could have camped and kill whored. And camping is not a bad strategy. Let me note on that. Camping is not a bad strategy. Camping is very useful when you're trying to hold down a choke point or you're trying to essentially lock down an area of the map. Camping is a very legitimate strategy. You can sit there and make sure that nobody gets past you, and you can have map control by camping. But I think where the term camper comes from is when somebody, a kill whore, maybe, sits in the back of the map, sits in a completely irrelevant position, and, sorry, that didn't sound right, and I was playing that over in my head as I was commentating. They sit in a position that's completely irrelevant to the game, and they gun people down for their own amusement. Now, I'm not gonna lie, kill whores do exist, and I think that's where the term camping came from, is somebody who was viewed as a kill whore. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't, I can't really say, but yeah, somebody who's probably, most likely, kill whoring. They were in the back of the map, didn't care for the objective, only looked out for themselves, and they just sat there, and that was their playstyle, and people got annoyed and called it camping. That's different from a slayer who is trying to lock down an objective point, who maybe needs to lock down an objective point. A slayer locking down an objective point is not a camping kill whore. You cannot call a slayer a camper, you cannot call a slayer a kill whore if they are playing with the greater good of the objective in mind. So, I thought I would go ahead and make that distinction. With those terms, because I've been called a camper too when I've been running around the whole map, and perhaps that one instance, that one time where I decided to take a seat and take a breather, he walked around the corner and it cut off on the kill cam, so it made it look like I was sitting there when I really stopped there for about 3 seconds, shot the dude, and continued to run. So, that's my perception with slaying and public match and kill whoring, that kind of thing, and I wanted to go ahead and thank you guys for the overwhelming amount of support that I've received through my YouTube channel, and I hope that together we can continue to grow and help each other out and that kind of thing. So guys, this is Collision checking out. I will see you guys next time under the name of Evolve Gaming.